Actually, let me tell you a story, man. Did you know that lethal crime is way down around the world?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so crimes that result in death have dropped dramatically.
Since when?
In the past, I think like 12 or 13 years, they've been on the decline.
Cool.
And you know why?
That's great news.
What would you think the reason is why that would be?
I would like to. I guess it was just because I want to say times are good and like people are prospering.
That's what you think when you see the data, where it's like the homicide rate is going down.
Mm-hmm.
The reality is it's the invention of cell phones.
Oh.
The same crimes are being committed, but now when someone gets stabbed, someone calls 911 right away and treatment arrives within minutes. Whereas before cell phones, they'd run to find a phone and the person would bleed out on the sidewalk.
Ah.
So the people are getting charged with attempted murder or aggravated assault or assault with a deadly weapon, not murder.
I see, yeah.
So now the rates for murder is going way down.
That makes sense.
It's not that humans are committing less crimes, it's that our technology improved.
So it's still there. We're just
still there,
being able to save people.
But crime is going down typically too, so to be fair. So I bring that up because everyone's going right now like, young people aren't even dying. Like, so what do I care? Then these kids go out and start doing shots of each other's butts. Like, that's what literally what the video is. I'm not kidding. It's like
licking.
They're doing the
toilet seat on an airplane.
Yes.
Like what? Coronavirus challenge?
There's like a human.
Why are you doing this? Why? Please continue.
For internet points. No, it's like a video. They're doing like a human centipede beer pour, where they all like put their heads under each other's butts and pour beer and drink it.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's just,
hey man, you got to party hard, right?
Bad. That is bad.
So here's the thing, though.
Oh my god.
Because young people are responding well to the technology, the mortality rate for young people is low, and they're like, so it's not even killing young people. It's like, dude, do you want to end up in the hospital with a ventilator shoved down your throat to pump oxygen in your lungs because they're failing? Whatever, man. Reminds me of that kid who put the Tide Pod in his mouth.
Yeah.
Because they weren't really eating them.
Yeah.
But then his saliva broke it, and then as soon as it broke, it burned him, and he aspirated because he went. And then it went in his lungs, and they started coughing and gagging, and it was, dude, that must have been brutal. Scar tissue all throughout his lungs.
Yeah,
that dude's going to be on an oxygen tank for the rest of his life. Kids are dumb, dude. I feel bad because they're just ignorant and arrogant.
And want attention.
Yeah.
Everybody wants attention.
That's all it is, man.
Mm-hmm.
So basically now we're looking at national lockdown, I guess. I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
We actually have another story I wanted to pull up on these kids doing all this stuff. But I don't know, man. There was that viral text message. Did you get one of those?
I don't think so.
Where they were like, I heard this from my brother's uncle's aunt's cousin's wife's nephew.
No.
That Trump is going to invoke the Stafford Act. Okay, I'm really exaggerating. But basically they all of these text messages, like chain messages, had a similar thing. My uncle works for the government, and he said, just now leaving a meeting with the CDC, Trump is prepared to invoke the Stafford Act, which means that he's going to lock down everyone. Get your supplies now, run. And these texts went viral like crazy.
Okay.
And they were always somehow different. Like someone sent out 10 of them at once, slightly different.
Okay.
I wonder why, like maybe see which one would make it further. There was one where it was like, my girlfriend sent me this. I have a source working in, the news who said this.
Yeah.
And it's all fake. Like
which one worked the best to like get in people's heads, basically?
Yep. And everyone believed it.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I did like a debunking of it. Now we're actually talking about it.
When was this?
Like in the past week.
Oh, okay. Recent.
I woke up in the morning. I had a text message from a journalist saying like, keep this on the DL. And it was like a screen grab of a text saying,
That was just a couple days ago.
Was it?
Yeah. This week has felt interminable.
Right.
Yeah, that was only a couple days ago. Yeah, dude, it's almost over.
So, the coronavirus cases are going to explode, warns Obama's Ebola czar.
Oh.
As figures show, the virus is already spreading faster in America than it ever did in China, and the U.S. has the second most new cases per day in the world.
Yay.
Bravo. We do everything a little bit better than everyone else. That includes getting infected with a novel coronavirus.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's funny, man, because I hear so many people saying the same lines, like the flu is worse. I was on the phone with somebody talking about, hey, do you think it's going to get bad? I was basically talking to people about industry stuff. Ad rates are down, ad buys are down, and to make matters worse, it's really funny when people are like, Tim's trying to sensationalize to make money. It's like, dude, do you realize when I talk about this, I get nothing?
Yeah.
I could make a video right now where I talk about, I don't know, the new Pokemon game, Pokemon Go. I could literally film myself walking around doing Pokemon Go, get like 1,000 views, and make more money than if I talk about the coronavirus. Anyway, I digress. But tons of people have fragmented information, and so they don't realize what's going on. They're like, I don't know, man. Like, I heard that, this, that, and this, the flu is worse.
Yeah.
Like, we already got like 40,000 dead from the flu. And I was like, since when? What do you mean?
Right.
Like, since when? Oh, I don't know. You mean since October?
They're
And
like, well, I don't know all the details.
And we started seeing the uncontrollable growth around like the end of February. We had the first case in January, and then we didn't actually start seeing the community spread for like another full month and a half or something.
Right, yeah, March 3rd or something.
Yeah. So I don't know who Ron Klain is, but apparently he's saying, and this is actually wrong. I mean, so this is the relevant data that I wanted to show. This chart right here shows the peak of China's coronavirus outbreak, assuming they're telling the truth, which I would never do.
Yeah.
But
you would never
tell the truth?
Yeah.
No.
I was thinking it too.
Assuming China was telling the truth.
Oh, okay.
You would never assume they were telling the truth.
Assume
I know.
Right.
It just
Yeah,
sounded
you're right.
like you were like, well, I don't
I would
tell
never
the truth.
tell the truth.
No,
It-
I wouldn't
it was
assume
funny.
China's telling the truth.
Freudian slip.
You'd have-
Our sarcasm minds were like,
Right.
I must respond.
That's right. Sorry.
So now
Carry on.
we've seen cases skyrocket. Now here's the important factor though. We haven't been doing testing, so it's possible we're below China, because they're basically doing the same thing between us and Italy. And this number here of new U.S. cases could be the result of the fact that we haven't been testing all that well.
Right.
Or it could be the data on its face is true and the U.S. is out of control. And I think that's actually a fair assessment. You know why?
Because
We're not
they're
authoritarians.
shutting everything down, yeah.
In China, they'll like club you over the head and drag you out of your house while you kick and scream.
Mm-hmm.
In the U.S., they'll be like, please don't go outside.
Which is what they're doing right now.
And then a bunch of these kids go outside and start laughing
Yep.
and doing shots off each other's butts. Like for real, they're literally, it's in Miami. They're doing it.
Well, they're not going to be laughing in like 3 weeks when they
No, here's the thing,
catch
man.
it.
No, a bunch of them are going to be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And they're going to be like, doesn't even happen.
I got the sniffles.
It's not even that.
And my grandma died. I don't know. It's so weird.
Right.
Yeah, and my grandma died.
Or that number that it's affecting men twice as much.
Yeah,
I
that
read
was
that
the
this
data.
morning. Twice as deadly to guys than it is to girls.
Yup.
Like, wow.
And we just had that feminist rant the other day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where
About how they say that coronavirus is ruining feminists.
Yep.
Yeah.
Feminism.
And she's
for
like,
them.
now I know that the reports say
It's
that
worse for men.
it's worse for men, but we're talking about an economic problem. It's like, no.
Kick rocks.
If I die, or I'm in the hospital on a ventilator, like you're not a victim, dude.
Yeah.
Get off your high horse. Check this out though. LA County gives up on containing coronavirus. This is from the LA Times.
Wow.
Tells doctors to skip testing of some patients. Well, it was a good run.
They give up.
I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's been a slice. It's been a slice. A little slice of heaven. We're gonna lock the doors, and we're gonna go full Mad Max.
Yeah, I'm
we're gonna
going
take
to
the
bed.
van. I ordered a cow catcher. I think it's called.
A cow
yeah.
catcher.
Is that what it's called?
For the front?
That's
for the
what
front of
came
the
in
van?
mail. Perfect.
Yes,
I think that is what it's called.
gigantic wrought iron.
It weighs like 800 pounds.
Yes,
That'll be good.
And it drags on the ground, sparks flying out.
Yes.
We have to put the armor panels on tomorrow.
Oh, those have to go back on? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they
what
have to
a
go back
pain.
on.
Ugh.
Yeah,
All right. It's worth it.
I don't think it's really that bad, but I think.
I'll be skating the ramp out back.
Well, so we're lucky,
later.
dude. We're lucky, man. We're lucky.
Yeah,
Even
no.
if all we had was
I'm
a backyard.
so grateful for that ramp, dude. I love that thing.
I've seen some videos from people in like New York.
Mm-hmm.
Man, those tiny apartments.
I can't imagine.
Man,
Dude.
I can't believe I could not imagine being stuck in New York.
Yeah,
I couldn't do it.
It'd be worse than prison, because like, if
I'd
no,
be playing video games,
you can, well, yeah,
That's
but
true.
but
but
here-
I'd
here-
run out of food probably.
Yeah,
That's no bueno.
and now they're like, don't go outside unless you need food.
Yeah.
But I guess here's the thing, right? If you go outside, what's a cop gonna do? Like, where are you going? I'm getting food. Okay. Like, all
all
right,
you have
later,
to
buddy.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have no food. Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to eat.
Well, wash your hands.
I'm walking the dog.
Sonny boy.
Sonny boy. I mean, honestly, I think you brought this up. Like, if you went out and a cop was like, "What are you doing?" and you were like, "Hutru, hutru." Nothing. Here, officer. Like,
Shake my hand.
take my hand.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
No.
Whoa, you're good. You're good. Move along, sir.
Reminds me of
Move along.
remember what is it, Tommy Boy, where they're driving and they're drunk, and then the cops gotta pull
Oh,
them
yeah,
over.
and they're like, all right, I got this.
Yeah, he starts swerving,
Swerving like
and then he
crazy.
gets out, bees, ah, and the cop's like, I'm allergic
I'm
to
really
bees.
allergic to bees.
Me too.
how
Let's
funny.
go. And they just drive off.
Well, anyway,
That was funny.
so
That's a good movie.
So I was talking to my buddy, and he told me that he's not concerned because the police won't go near anybody. They're scared to get sick. They don't have masks, they don't have gloves.
Something like 35 cops in New York
Yep.
City got it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a big
And
number.
so he's like, you think a cop's going to want to come up to you?
No.
And be like, come here, buddy, we're
not at
taking
all.
you in. He's
No.
going to be like, he's going to crack the window a little bit and goes, go home.
Yeah.
You're going to be like, what?
No, he's not going to crack the window. He's going to get onto the PA system.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
What are you doing out there? Go home. Yeah.
Or he's going to tap on the glass and hold up a piece of paper that says, go home. And then you're going to sign language him, I'm hungry. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
I need food.
I don't know sign language, but
Well, we all
I have a
Probably.
phone that I can just be like, I'm hungry.
Oh yeah, I'm hungry.
I'd probably do that.
Just now's the time to get a dog because it's like a hall pass.
I'm walking my dog, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just walking the
I am
dog.
walking my dog.
Sir, I'm walking my dog to get some
Cuomo.
food.
You know what's really
Yeah.
funny?
Double whammy.
Yeah.
You know what's really funny?
Hmm.
Bill de Blasio said, so he's the mayor of New York City. He said they're contemplating a full shutdown order. And Andrew Cuomo was like, get real, Bill, in like a quote.
You were like
Oh,
arguing.
really?
And saying, we're not going to do that. That's not happening. We're not locking down. And the day later, he was like, we're locking
Yeah, we got
down.
locked down.
It's my decision. Put the blame on me.
Yeah.
That was actually shocking to hear him say that. It's like,
Well, he had to, man.
Yeah.
He just said the other day, like, it wasn't going to happen. And then someone gave him a dose of reality, like, time to shut the doors. Now,
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. We got a bunch of other silly stories, but I want to mention, man, you know what scares me? That it was what we were mentioning a little earlier. People are begging for the authoritarianism.
yeah.
And what happens when this is all over, but people now live a life where they're under hard lockdown and are okay with it?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they're okay with it. I think it's more the fear of this virus.
And if the fear remains, because dude, think
How
about
are they going to keep the fear around?
they already told us it could last 2 years.
Yeah.
They're saying MIT put out a story saying it's going to be waves of sickness.
But doesn't the virus die in the open air when it's too hot? When
So-
it's 80, 90
And then-
degrees?
but-
We don't know yet?
Yeah.
And
Oh,
what
I thought
and,
they were saying that.
and what happens when people start becoming like hypochondriacs, scared of the virus, and start, I'm sure tons of people are doing it right now, rushing to the hospital saying, "Oh, I'm sick," and then spreading more fear, like panicking that they're sick. There's the conspiracy theory that I don't subscribe to at all, I would say, but there are people who are saying that it's all overblown, it's all hype.
Yeah.
The reason we're seeing all the hospitalizations is because people are panicking.
I keep saying that. It's still going
Right.
on.
That it's just people now saying like, I think I'm sick. Oh man, I'm sick. Oh, I better call the hospital. And then the hospital says, we've got somebody who we think has it, and then they report it in the news, and it perpetuates this, fear cycle. The reason I don't buy into that is because you'd have to have all of the other countries on the planet, like there's not one agency in control of anything. Like people are testing for this and they're finding it, right?
Remember, this is popping up at nursing homes. And people
Yeah.
in nursing homes literally cannot run to the hospital.
Yeah.
They just have to wait.
Well, but the reason I bring this up is that there is one of the fears that I have would be politicians, 6 months goes by, and they're looking over the reports and they're like, sir, no new cases. We believe it's gone. Whoa, hold on. We shouldn't say that, right?
Yeah.
Remember that Orville episode we were just watching?
Which one?
The one where Kelly's the like Jesus?
Oh, yeah.
So there's in the show The Orville, they go to this planet that phases out of existence. When it comes back, it's 700 years in the future for that planet.
Right.
And so Kelly, the woman, is seen, and then when the planet phases back, they're worshiping her.
Yeah, she heals some
Yeah.
girl like
Put a
falls,
Band-Aid on
hits her
something.
head, and
Yeah.
she uses like the laser thing, fix this child's head. And
So it's like
someone
Star
else
Trek, for those
sees
that don't
it,
know.
And then 700 years go by, and then they go back in, and it's like they're worshiping her. She's like the god.
Yeah. And so what happens is they go and meet the Pope, basically,
Yeah.
in this medieval world, and she explains that it's simply a tool, shows him how to use it, and he's like, wow, we believed everything's so wrong. And then when they leave, he walks up to, like, the Bible, and he's like, the people must be told the truth. But then this cardinal guy is like, are you sure that's wise?
We'll lose our power.
They fear us.
Yeah.
As long as they fear Kelly. And he goes, I guess we'll see. So the guy goes, okay, and he pulls out a knife and stabs him in the back.
Yep.
That
was a good episode.
It was, but I'm worried you're gonna have people who are gonna be like, there's gonna be one dude. I'm not saying there will be, but I wouldn't be surprised. And this is when I'm scared. There could be one guy who's sitting there thinking like, we're getting all the funding we want, we're getting to implement whatever policies we want. No one is standing in our way. And he looks at that report where it says like, we've done it, we've beat the virus, and then he crumples it up, throws it in the trash, and says, what's the next plan to fight the virus? We need to enact these policies.
Yeah.
That's what's worrying.
Yeah, that is a frightening.
Thanks for checking out this segment from the Timcast IRL podcast. We do the show every Monday through Friday at 8 p.m., sometimes an hour or two. And we do have a full live recorded version of the show that includes a lot of comments and smaller segments you probably don't see. If you want to check that out, you can watch live at 8 p.m. Monday through Friday, or become a member of this channel. And for $5 a month, you get full access to all of the recorded podcasts. Every day after the show, we make them available in the community section of this YouTube channel. So don't forget to subscribe and stick around for more segments and more shows Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Thanks for hanging out, and we will see you all in the next show.